Hello everyone and welcome to another tarot reading. So let's see today what's going on in your energy. What's the message? What do you need to know? Do you need to shift something? Is there drama happening? I don't know, because with this Aries Mars energy that we entered, insane. Even if you don't have like Aries placements, I feel like it's still affecting everyone very strongly. As soon as it moved into like Mars into Aries, I had a severe headache. No matter how much water I was drinking, I felt dehydrated. You know, like that dehydration headache that you get when you know, like, oof, I didn't drink enough water today. That. But I was literally chugging water constantly. So I was like, what's going on? So yeah, the energies are definitely heavy. And the fact that at the bottom we're already starting out with the Emperor card, which, hello, like, how more Aries and strong-willed and strong-headed energy do we want to bring into this, right? Okay, we have a couple of cards. Before we get into the reading though, and I forget to promote myself, there's still the Easter sale where you can purchase two, well, individually or both, depending on what you want. Reiki sessions that you can download are still up. We have a timeline Reiki video where it's all about letting go of the old limiting beliefs, about like feeling uncomfortable, like this new beginning, resetting the nervous system through change, letting down the walls of defensiveness of, oh, nothing ever works out for me, gone. And the manifesting one is just helping you for shifting identity, letting go of the old identity, manifesting super easy and fast. No matter what method you use, you have instant results. Just overall feeling comfortable in that operant power energy that we need to actually manifest and build our dream lives. Is everything linked down in the description box. Okay, woohoo. 9 of Cups in reverse. Okay, you're not looking at your desires, you're ignoring your desires. Could be literally from a place of like, oh, I shouldn't. Again, the energies align so well. Reiki videos they created, it's like I'm psychic or something, you know. But yeah, it's kind of like the energy it's giving, that hesitant energy that you've carried for so long. And I'm hearing for the past 5 months of like wanting to do something, but also at the same time not giving yourself the permission to do it. Also, excuse me for any lightning changing, because the sun, she can't decide today if she wants to shine or not. So yeah, that's that. Actually, you know what, let me turn it a little bit more here, and let me just close it up a little bit. That way it's not reflecting as much, because it's literally, is this better? That way it's not shining that much against the window. Okay, so where was I? Oh, okay, yeah, right. Not giving yourself permission to actually want things, because you were already in the mindset of, I can have it, or it's going to be difficult, or I don't know what kind of action I'm gonna take, like very scattered. But it's okay, because we have the Wheel of Fortune, which is shifting. Things are turning around in your favor. And the Knight of Swords, action taking. That's where the Aries energy actually comes in. Let me turn it a little bit. Now we are not that much focusing on the window, but yeah, it's building. Okay, even if you don't feel like doing things or planning out or executing, which is okay. Today I had a very low energy day where I was just in the mood to just relax, not do anything, because the whole week I was already being pretty productive and all those things, and I was like, I'm just gonna rest today, you know. Tomorrow's a new day, I can do the stuff tomorrow, you know. But it's building. Then energy for the new project is building. 444 on the timer. So stability in your home life. If you feel like things have been very heightened, you have been irritated, everyone else has been irritated around you, that's when it's going to even out a little bit because the energy are moving. We're gonna peak next week though, because we have 2 more planets moving into Aries, so we're not done. But this is why you have to take things slower a little bit and feel like you're not forcing, because the Wheel of Fortune is letting things happen, and right now you might feel like I need to, when Spirit is saying like, no you don't. Take a step back, please. We have the 5 of Swords. Yup. When I said like there might be some tension with people. 4 of Cups. That energy is what's actually making you, or like those feelings is what's making this whole thing feel so restless, because you have a little bit of chaos here, so you feel like I need to channel that energy into something productive, kind of like a distraction a little bit in a way. You can, you know, but what about looking into those emotions? What is it invoking in you? What is it trying to tell you? Because we have the 2 of Wands, which is preparing and decision making. 4 of Cups, feeling a little bit guarded, looking at the cups, which are literally your emotions, and you're like, I don't know. Because the 5 of Swords is a little bit like that conflict energy, feeling betrayed, resenting maybe people or maybe situations in your life even. It doesn't necessarily have to be people. You can actually resent life for turning away. Yeah, turning a specific way it has been going for a while now, where there's a kind of like a cycle where I'm getting the feeling of like you haven't really moved forward, you know? Oh, there was such a good Instagram video. If I remember to link it, I will, because she explained it so perfectly. You know, instead of like time being linear of like literally a line, she explained it in as a circle. No, a spiral basically. If you watch the video, it's gonna make so much sense. And I feel like that's what you are experiencing too, where like the spiral is going and you feel like it's not really moving that much forward, you know, in those past couple of years that we've been doing this. But things are about to pick up very quickly, you know, because we have the Wheel of Fortune. Spirit is saying like it's building, it's time to act. Especially like big desires, stuff and dreams that you had for a while that you never felt brave enough to do it. You're being prepared right now. You're prepared to launch something basically, or re-innovate yourself to the point where that self-concept is just so strong that, of course, why wouldn't I launch this new idea? Why wouldn't I try something new out? 7 of Wands, okay. And then we had the High Priestess. You have to surrender a little bit. You are very... The energy is like a coil, kind of like... And the coil is... How can I put this into words? Like, I hate when it's images and I'm like... How can I explain this in English? So the coil, I think, right? The problem when you speak so many languages and everything just blurs together. No, a spring bait. I think it's... Well, coil could be too, you know? Yeah. So, okay. Good. My language skills aren't as horrible as I thought. Okay, so a coil. Just in case. If it would focus. Okay, so the coil. You know when you press it and then you let it go and it just goes like boing? That's the energy right now. Your energy is being kind of like squeezed, so it kind of completely expand, like literally explode at this point. That's why you need to surrender to the timeline. Not feeling like, what can I micromanage everything? Because literally you have no idea what it will be, how it will come in, I did like a money saturation session the other day where I was just literally looping money affirmations and money self-concept affirmations for like 45 minutes. And then I had the brand that I reached out tell me they forwarded my email to the marketing team to see and plan out the brand deal. And then a part-time job I applied to finally responded after almost 3 weeks of nothing and silence. So again, I'm affirmed for money and that it's safe to receive more money and make more money and all those things. And like 2 different opportunities opened up, which I would have not predicted like that movement there. I literally thought, I was like, oh well, it's probably gonna come through a sale or something or a booking or whatever, you know. Logically speaking, those were the options. So again, like, that's why you need to surrender. You need to let go of the how and when and just let things come to you. 7 of Swords, and now it's getting so dark, like it's 7 of Swords, and then the Hermit, right? That uncertainty. You need to soothe that. Listen to what it, like, that silence is trying to tell you, like that doubt, that worry, and that's when you do the mindset shift, okay? So let's say, oh, money feels unsafe, then you need to start affirming that money feels safe, that you allow yourself to have more money. It's actually super easy, but sometimes our minds want to overcomplicate it, and then that's when you need to pay attention. Okay, the tarot part is very short today. I want to go directly into the oracle decks, so let's see. Now it's too dark. Like, I know on camera it doesn't look like it, but for me, I'm like kind of like squinting a little bit, so. Also, patience being tested, definitely, like Aries season. As an Aries stellium, this is hard for me. People have been, when I tell you people, there's a specific company that's calling me constantly. I'm this close to cussing them out. But again, that's me having to learn to be more graceful and lead from my Libra energy instead of the Aries energy that's being dominated right now. Okay, anyways, fairy deck. It's also kind of like saying for everyone basically watching this, all that anger that you're feeling, because Aries is angry, and with Mars being in it, which is its home sign, Aries is ruled by Mars, it feels even more comfortable to just feel strongly. And Mars is a war planet, so friction is very normal. But again, like I said, if there is drama and friction in connections where you experience like getting just very easily annoyed by people, that's when you have to, again, lower your guard a little bit and listen within and be like, why? You know, because it definitely is like showing you something in your mindset. Okay, we're starting off with new home. Okay, some of you guys are going to be moving. That chapter where you are there right now in that place is coming to an end. We need new or fresh energies. It could be just like home, but also for some I'm seeing like literally moving to a different city. Look into astrocartography. So where would you technically thrive the most? Then we have, please be patient. I literally said it. Aries season, guys. Hello, the impulsiveness is so strong. Then we have letting go. Yeah. That one's just self-explanatory. With all these planets right now being in Aries, so right now it's 5, and then next week it's gonna be 7 in total. It's gonna be hard, but it's a moment where we need to literally reflect a lot on what is happening and where, what was it? Oops, I just ran out of space on my SD card. I forgot to delete the stuff beforehand. Where was I? Oh yeah, it's basically kind of like an introspective moment. I don't remember by memory everything that's in Aries right now. It's Saturn, Neptune, Mars moved into it, the Sun obviously. I think that's it, right? Oh, I did remember all of them. Next is going to be, I think it was Mercury, and then Chiron, which Chiron is going to be very interesting. It's the wounded warrior, the core wound. So even if you don't have Chiron in Aries, it definitely is going to be a teaching lesson, kind of. So we have to take the time, even between the action of getting things done. Obviously, I feel like with Aries season we are being way more productive than with Pisces season. The Pisces season literally was all about crying, at least for me, and reflecting on emotions and all those things. Aries season is a little bit more productive. I am able to get a lot of more things done, and I don't know if it's because I'm an Aries stallion, but let me tell you, we still need to put the time and effort into reflecting on the emotions, on the lessons, and all those things. Especially next week, we're gonna have another, I think it was a full moon. Let me check real quick. I think it was next Friday is going to be a full moon. So definitely, and oh my god, the 17th, the full moon is literally going to be when all the planets are in Aries. So definitely early week you gotta prepare a little bit, okay? Make sure you have cozy snacks at home, maybe going out that day, go out another day, you know, because it's going to be a lot, especially if you're someone that already has a little bit of some problems with connecting with your emotions. They're gonna run wild. Depending on where you are in your healing journey, I recommend staying home a little bit, you know. Just take that time, you know. Alright, the High Priestesses. Let's see what they have to say. Okay, we got 3 cards. Let's see if we can get a 4th one. Yes. Okay. We have here, you're a student of Lady Nada. Okay, definitely we gotta focus on our self-love, because it's easy to tend to be rough with ourselves during this time where it's just, again, heightened emotions. Oh my god, it's insane. Where one emotion might be very low and then the other one is very high, and then it kind of like switches, and it's kind of like, what am I feeling, you know? 1 second you're fine, and the other everything is just kind of like blowing up a little bit. That's why we need to make sure that we're grounded, but also be patient with ourselves, you know. Don't let yourself be, how can I translate this? Basically, don't bend to other people's wills, you know. Beautiful picture. Now it's the time to be a little bit selfish, basically. Okay, when other people are like, put my needs before your needs. No, we're not. We're gonna take our time to literally nurture ourselves. Especially because between February and March, it was such an intense eclipse season. And then we come into Aries season where even more intense energy is coming. Of course you're exhausted. Of course you feel like you're drowning in a way, because it's just so many things thrown at you. So no, you don't have to carry the emotional labor and non-maturity. What's the word that I'm looking for? Emotional weight, basically, for everyone else, especially my former people pleasers. You might feel like guilty when you don't reply to people instantly, or when you don't have time for certain things because you want to focus on you. It's okay. People will accept it. Oh, very interesting right now. Okay, so the focus point of the camera on the screen is on my face right now, but it kind of like blinked up around my throat chakra. like I wanted to focus there as the second point for some reason. I didn't click anything. It just, I wish you could have seen that. I was like, So definitely you need to be able to express without guilt, like, hey, I can't. I'm stressed. I need time for myself. I will get back to you when I feel a little bit more stable. And people can either accept that or they can just, there's the door. You're welcome. You don't have to bend to other people's whims and needs, basically. Then we have awaken the high priestess of Atlantis within you. And look how she's wearing red, which is very interesting. I mean, if I make like the card, I would choose someone in like a blue dress, but root chakra. Definitely make sure that your root chakra is grounded. Also interesting, when I saw her dress, my thought instantly was a throat chakra. So like the screen doing that, I was like, oh. Energy. As a high priestess, you receive messages in your dreams. Okay, wild dreams right now anyways. Okay, I don't know about you guys. I had like a weird dream last night. I cannot remember anything. The only thing I remember is there was a child. One thing I don't know if like I was looking after that child, or in that dream that child was my child, like I was the mother there. I don't remember, but that child was significant there, and I was like, I wish I remembered what it is to look it up, because definitely there was a message in there. So if you can, have a journal next to your bed, or as soon as you wake up, and you're the type of person that tends to gravitate towards your phone first, which I don't blame you. In today's day and age, it's so normal. It kind of like gets villainized a little bit, and it's so unhealthy. Yeah, but also we can't help it, Again, today's day and age, would it be better to reach for a book first? Obviously, but don't be, again, too harsh on yourself. You reach for your phone first, but you remember snippets of your dreams in that moment. Write it down on your notes, and then you can look it up later. That way maybe like the cycle gets interrupted. So like the new neural pathway that you're creating in that moment is, when I wake up and I remember my dream, the first thing I need to do is write it down, Not everything has to be bad, but yeah. I hope this reading gave you the clarity that you were seeking. I at first didn't want to do a tarot reading today because I just didn't feel like the energy, but like Spirit was kind of like, there's a message, go get it out there. And when Spirit nudges, you are not supposed to ignore it for too long, So yeah, I hope this reading again gave you the clarity that you needed. And I'm also taking like the noises upstairs, it's kind of like your noise in your head. You need to quiet that down a little bit, or at least manage it in a certain way. I've been doing, again, like I said, those saturation sessions a lot right now, and I just pick one topic and I'm like, okay, let's saturate for like 45 minutes. And I do it mostly while gaming, because it's very meditative and I can say the affirmations in that moment. Usually I do that when I clean, or I take a walk, or I do something else where it's just very like robotic chore, where I don't have to think much and I can just focus on my thoughts. But yeah, it's also, again, like if you feel anxiety towards something specific, take that time to either journal, EFT tapping, meditating, for those that can. I personally find meditating very boring. It just doesn't work for everyone, and I feel like in spirituality it kind of gets pushed on you, like the still meditation of sitting down. That's why I prefer active meditation, for example, like when I'm gaming, that's my way of regulating. Again, it doesn't work for everyone, especially if you're neurodivergent. People with ADHD just can't sit down, like you need to work with what works the best for your system, your brain. Again, spirituality, everyone needs to figure it out a little bit for themselves. You cannot just take, at this point I think I might be channeling, where just because you see a certain person do it one way doesn't mean you have to copy, or like it's a one size fit all. Just like with manifesting too, or especially law of assumption, one of the reasons I kind of like stepped away from like the online community and watching and consuming content was just because everyone was just so overcomplicating it to the point where I was like, manifesting is supposed to be empowering and easy. Why are there 10,000 different steps that you guys are talking about when it's literally just focus on what you decide on, what it is that you want. Think like you already have it. Okay, the methods are here to help you stay in that end result. Okay, it's not like, oh, you have to do 10,000 different methods. Pick one. I personally like saturation. Scripting sometimes here and there. I use scripting more in a way of observing my reality when I'm journaling and doing basically my diary entries, where I observe, oh, like this happened, you know, and because my awareness shifts to that, obviously my consciousness creates more evidence for it, you know. But again, you have to kind of like step away and use your own discernment, and I feel like it's very important for you to hear that too. Just because someone has like a very 11:11 on the timer, elaborate spiritual routine, don't try to copy it if it doesn't fit with your lifestyle and your schedule, you know. Okay, now I'm really done. I love you guys so much. Thank you so much for listening. Like, comment, share, and subscribe so this video gets pushed out to everyone else who needs to hear this message and helps the channel grow. I don't really say that much in this channel, which I probably should, because otherwise how else is it supposed to grow? And share this message with anyone that you feel like also needs to hear it. Okay, bye.